Hey everyone, welcome back to some more of the Tanks. Today I am playing in the Batchat 25T. It is one of the newest tier 10s that I have managed to get my hands on. New to me, that is. And I am clearly a new player because look at the stupid mistake I've already made. I think I was looking at my phone or something while I was driving away and rocks and bushes and I don't know, I can make all the excuses I want. But luckily for me, we do have this auto rollover feature now in the World of Tanks, which is, you know, I like it sometimes and other times I don't, because now if I manage to flip an enemy vehicle that I'm trying to pick on, I have to worry about that happening and him coming back at me, but at least it can save my butt a few times too. So this Batchat, I am enjoying it. It is arguably my favorite tank in the game right now. I don't usually play a whole lot of 10s, or well, I should rephrase that. There's not a whole lot of 10s that I enjoy playing. For whatever reason, most lines I get, I go in there, I grind out up to the tier 9, research the tier 10, and then never buy it. Maybe I'm worried about spending credits, but that doesn't make sense, because at one point a few months ago I had almost 50 million credits, so, I mean, it's not like I'm struggling for credits at all, right? Now that I bought a few tier 10s and all that stuff, and there have been equipment sales, and I stocked up on that, now I'm down to like a little under 20 million, which is still a crap ton of credits. So, why do I not like tier 10s? I don't know. But I've got, I think, 20 plus of them researched that I haven't purchased over the years, and I spent way too much time in the past just playing tanks that I enjoy over and over again, which is fine, right? Do what you want, have fun, but rather than actually grinding lines. And after Christmas here, I decided to do that because I had 60 or 70 times 5 multipliers, and I wanted to use them all properly and not waste them. So I made sure I didn't waste them wherever possible, and I made sure I ground as much as I could. So there's a couple lines, including this Batchat, that I managed to grind the majority of out because of that, and some of the premium time I got from Christmas and here and there since has also really helped. Putting those two together is amazing. You can go in, have a great battle, and next thing you know, you've earned 20,000 experience in one battle. Like, that's incredible. I feel like when I started playing this game, oh, I know there wasn't. You didn't have those kind of multipliers possible. There was no times 5s. You didn't have any personal boosters or clan boosters. It was just you and a premium account, and that's it. You had your times 2 for the first battle of the day as well, but really grinding was a lot slower back then. No blueprint fragments, anything like that. It was painful. So that's definitely something that's got a lot easier today. But I feel like too the credits thing, that's the weakest link. You can get experience so quick, but you're held back by credits because you can't buy the next vehicle if you don't have credits, of course. So this tank I would rate quite highly. Why? Well, its 5 shells are kind of fun. I mean, you can pump 5 shells doing 390 damage into an enemy and do nearly 2,000 damage to them in just a few seconds. The intra-clip reload isn't too bad, but reloading an entire magazine is something like 40 seconds. That is painful. You are so vulnerable. And when you're in a situation like I am right now with 2 or 3 shells sitting in your magazine, you're thinking, do I reload? Do I not? Because now if I don't reload, I'm going to go into a situation where somebody rushes me and I'm going to have 2 shells and I'm not going to be able to properly defend myself unless they have less than 800 hit points. But if I do reload and somebody comes at me, then I mean I'm in even more trouble, because then I have 0 shells for the next up to 40 seconds. So really, it's a little bit awkward. Grinding this line out wasn't too bad. You know how when you start grinding certain lines, you can tell right away that it's just going to be an absolute disaster. Like, I don't even want to play this anymore. I wanted the tier 9, I wanted the tier 10 because it looked cool, but now I'm stuck on this tier 8, and it's just the worst experience of my life. Well, this line wasn't too much like that. I didn't mind the tier 9. Interesting that I got spotted there and then decided that's a good time to reload. Now that the enemy knows what I'm doing, let's reload. Now I'm thinking I got spotted from a light tank, probably that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen right there in the bush. That is where I'm almost looking. He probably has just enough camo that I can't see him from that distance, or maybe I poked out just enough of my tank that he could see me, but none of my viewports or anything were around the corner, so I couldn't see him either. So I'm reloading this magazine. I think that my plan is to basically reload the magazine, poke out, and see if I can take care of him, but I don't want to do that with only 2 shells because there's no point in taking all this damage with only 2 shells. And there he is. Okay, I got spotted, but that's okay. I'm going to take the chance anyway. I might get shot by him. I didn't. He missed. He messed up. Whatever. And now, just like that, I've done 800 damage. And he's taken a little more than 800 hit points in damage. So that was a pretty good trade for myself and my team. Watch out for artillery. Luckily, artillery is not on the ball today. And his accuracy has not proven to be super great. This little bump that I'm sitting on, by the way, is annoying. Just enough to throw off my gun depression and mess up my aiming a little bit, but it's just, I don't know, it's an annoyance, that's all it is. So, we have our next contender, the EBR is here. Can I put a second shell into him? No, I'm not going to poke around the corner. I don't want to take that chance. But in the meantime here, I'm also looking at the city, realizing I haven't done very much, to be completely honest. And I guess I'm stopping the light tanks. I'm spotting every enemy, or every allied vehicle on my team. But I'm looking at the city and seeing that they have absolutely just conquered it. So I need to get out of there before I get shot in the side by Jagdpanzer E100 or something like that, and lose all the hit points for absolutely nothing. Could I have stayed there and spotted? Maybe, but now the Manticore's over there. He's handling that. I need to reposition. I need to think about this battle long term. So let me back up. Let me reload my magazine once again, and then see what I can do. I've decided to turn around here. I'm going to try to sit in this bush, see if there's anything else I can spot that this Manticore won't, and also see if I can get myself into a position where I can put shots into the side of tanks like that, or like what it should have been, but instead I'll just blatantly miss. Sure, why not? But there's our next victim. Can I pen him? No, I'm going to bounce off of him. I thought that was an easy pen, but at least that one goes through. So, alright, that's fine. But now I'm having a hard time finding any shots on these guys. They have realized they're going to get shot in the side, and they have hidden behind rocks or behind ridges. Now, who else can I find to shoot at? Anybody? Jagdpanzer? No. No. Nobody here. And there goes our Manticore, so now there's no one there to spot. It's all probably going to be up to me. And I'll be honest, that's probably not the best thing for my team, because I would say that of all the tanks in the game, all the classes, light tanks are probably my least favorite, and probably the ones that I'm worst at. Unlike this EBR, who is coming in here to reveal my location. I need to get out of there. I don't want to get shot by any of these guys. I have been compromised. Instead, I'm going to run out of here. I'm going to abandon ship, and I'm going to be apparently dodging a few shots here and there, and I'm going to run in here and see if I can help our FV. I realize that I'm on 2 shells here. There's no way I'm going to be able to kill this E50 on my own, but I mean, what else am I going to do? Just sit out there and die and accept defeat? No, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to fight. I'm going to try to get myself safe now, take as few shots as I can from that E50, but I'm not stupid. I know I'm going to take at least one. Hopefully one of my allies can help me. And here comes the first shot, which actually took longer to take than I expected. Now I need to make sure I avoid taking a hit from that FV215B183 back there, because I do not feel like losing the rest of my hit points in one shot. So I'm going to kind of sit here, wait for my reload to finish, and I'm already thinking, can I use this bush? I didn't get spotted there when I poked out, which maybe I was still spotted from the previous engagement. I wasn't sure. You know, heart racing a little bit there, not too much, but enough to kind of make me think, wait a second. So let's see. Check again. Am I spotted? No, didn't get spotted. Okay, that bush is probably enough now that I can spot the 183 through it, but he can't spot me through it. So I'm going to take the chance and maybe fire at this guy if I can get a good shot going. There's one. And the second one to finish him off. Well, I think I would have had it there, but instead my ally manages to finish him off for me, which is fine, and I'm again left in an awkward situation with 3 shells. What do I do with 3 shells? Well, that's still like, ow, 1200 damage I can do pretty quickly, but, well, now I'm a one-shot kill for pretty much everything on the enemy team, and there's a DVB that is there that wants to get that job done. I'll poke up here, I'll see if I can hit one of these heavy tanks. Can I hit him? Yeah, okay, there's 1 shell into him. Can I get a second? Yes, I can. He's looking at me, though. I'm going to bail out of there. I'm lucky to get shot there. Luckily, I didn't get hit by Artie. If I would have stayed there and made that 3rd shot, I would have got hit by both. My game would have for sure been over. So now I'm sitting here reloading again for 40 seconds, worried about artillery shooting at me. Luckily, he didn't increase my reload time by stunning me. And I'm also worried about where that DPV is going to come from. And I'm also thinking I probably can't poke up here because possibly that Panzerkampfwagen 7 is still sitting over there waiting for me to do so, but he may have moved up. I'm not too sure. Luckily, that DBV gets spotted by, I'm assuming, the Leopard on our team. And now I'm thinking, okay, now I have a chance of actually shooting him. I know where he's at. I know he's not pushing me. Let's see if I can use this bush and be sneaky. At least maybe it'll stop him from seeing me until I fired a shell. So now that the reload is done, let's see. Can we respot him? Yes, we can. There he is. He doesn't really seem to know where he's spotted from, or if he's spotted yet, probably. There's 2 shells into him. I'm still not spotted despite firing through a bush at close range. Okay, the 3rd shot is what it took. So that was actually saying a lot for the French mediums camo ratings. A lot of them have pretty good camo ratings, and maybe that DBV had something like a dead commander, we're not too sure, or damage of viewports, or something of the sort that helped me, but a lot of these French vehicles are, especially something with the Brask, are borderline light tanks in a lot of situations, but they don't have advantages that light tanks have in many situations, such as they're just overall, well, they're not as good. Let's just leave it at that. Now, I'm stuck again sitting here reloading. I want to go shoot the E100 some more. I want to go hunt down something, but I'm just driving around in circles. Okay, like, what do I do? What do I do while I'm reloading here? What can I go spot? I don't want to get myself into a conflict while I'm reloading, but I mean, I can't also just sit there and wait for time to be over. And who knows, there might be somebody else hunting me down. I don't know where that M60 is. He hasn't been spotted in a while. And I'm kind of surprised that I came across the artillery here. So I thought, cool, easy kill. Unfortunately, I took a shot from the M60. Now I know where he is. He's sitting in the back there somewhere. And now I am at a whopping 7 hit points. 7 hit points with 3 enemies remaining and 3 allies, including myself. This is going to be a close game. This could go either way. The hit points are pretty even as well. Let's see what we can do. We do have to remove a few hundred from the enemy team before we can call it even. But if we can get 1 shell into this E100 and remove that gun from the game, then I will absolutely call that advantage us. But I just can't seem to find that shell. There's something blocking the shell there, and I can't tell what it is, if it's an enemy vehicle or some other piece of scenery. But nevertheless, our STRV has finished off that E100. Now I'm liking our odds better. But I don't want to go hunt down that M60. I was talking about how good the camo is on this thing, but if I'm driving full speed and that M60 is sitting in a bush somewhere, he's still going to outspot me. And given that I cannot survive a hit from him, it's just not the smart thing for me to do. And he is likely still enough hit points, last we saw, to survive at least 1 shell for me. So it's not a winning situation there for me to just rush in my opinion. So instead, I'm going to see if I can get a sneaky spot, see if I can catch him retreating or something of the sort, because I don't know if he's still where he was shooting me from now. He could be retreating through that city right now. He could be pushing up on our allies, but I doubt it because I think he would have spotted at this point. So what is he going to do? Well, you could see in chat there that there's a suggestion that I should go cap. I'm thinking I could, but I'm also on like no hit points, and that M60 is definitely going to be able to get back fast enough to defend and finish me off. And given that there's really no cover at all in the base, whether it be bushes or buildings or anything of the sort, I have nowhere to hide. I have no way to have an advantage if I'm sitting in the cap. So that's a little bit scary. And our allies, my allies, are still sitting back in our base, probably trying to figure out where that M60 is. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can knock down this tree at just the right angle and use it for some sort of camo cover. But really, the tree didn't lay down flat, and that's not good, because now you can see that if I've got most of my tank in this tree, in this bush as it is now, my tracks are still sticking out. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to spot me, but what else? What other choices do I have? Other choices, I drive around in circles and try to make myself hard to hit, but I doubt... Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. I doubt that M60 is going to miss that shot. He's going to have a decently accurate gun. How did I not get killed by that artillery shot? I'm lucky it was French, because the French have such a small splash area. That one was actually a little bit uncomfortably close too. Now I'm thinking he's going to have 1 more shell most likely, right? Where is he going to fire that shell? Is it going to be back in the bush? That's what I would probably do, or rather the tree I knocked down. I can't believe I survived that. That was so close. And there's the M60. Alright, so there's the M60. Let's get out of base, because I'm not going to be able to cap in time. I've got 40 seconds to go. It's going to take him like 10 seconds more to get here and get a line of sight on me. The enemy artillery has now been spotted by RE50, which is really good, which means the enemy artillery is now going to be removed from this battle. I'm going to get a shot off on this M60. Unfortunately, which I really needed to pen him. I needed to get him down to a 1-shot kill, but I messed it up and only hit the track off. Now I need to get out of here and try to survive as long as I can. Now, I've noticed, too, that the STRV on my team is sitting in the middle. Maybe he can get a shot at the M60. Right here is probably not a good situation. I thought for sure I was going to get shot and killed by him, and now he is desperate. He's realized that STRV is there, and is just going to take a chance at driving in front of me. Now, what should he have done? Maybe turned around? I don't know, but he was in a really tough situation that I think would have been near impossible for him to win. So GG to him. Good try. That was a fairly close battle. A little bit slow starting out, a little bit stupid mistakes on my part starting out, but overall, in the end, it ended quite well. And it kind of highlights why I like this vehicle. It's got that massive clip damage. It's pretty fast. It's pretty sneaky. It's overall a really good tank, and I would definitely recommend it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.